Hey, so this is Dutch national champion and record holder in powerlifting, Jakob Slimp. If you find this at all interesting, remember to leave a comment and subscribe. Leave a like, maybe. If you have any questions about training or otherwise, or something you see me do in this video, or why I do something in this video, the way I do it, let me know. And let's get right into it. It's another training vlog. I've got a bench today and deadlift. Today I have to hit just a top triple on bench, and then a top triple on deads. Well, I should say top triple on bench with no back downs. Then a top triple on deads with conventional. Looking to do 185 for my triple on bench, 185 kilos. And I'm looking to do 280 kilos on my top triple on conventional deadlifts today. After those two top triples, I will then do back downs with sumo. I'm looking to do 4 sets of 7 with 260 kilos. So let's get right into it. I'm going to go 70. Probably 70, 120, 160, maybe 175 single, and then into the or maybe a 180 single into the 185 triple attempt. You'll see how it goes. Okay. Peace. Okay, so that's bench wrapped up. Pretty solid, honestly. I messed up my unrack slightly. I wasn't in the right positions for my first rep. The set still went reasonably well. A little bit of slowdown on my third rep, but it still felt like if I theoretically had to go for fourth, that I might have been able to do that. So it wasn't a true grinder, which is kind of the sweet spot that I want it to be in for my third rep, at least on this week. I think for next week, I'm going to make sure to hit the session on a different bench, on the Hanzu bench, which should give a boost, just positional, just better on rack, better everything. This rack is a little bit meh to bench on. It's okay. It's good. It's better than most racks, right? Most training equipment. I really can't complain. But truly for these really heavy stuff, it can throw you off slightly. So there's something I was planning on doing already with my 2 heaviest weeks for this session, to go to the gym I sometimes train at to use the better rack. But all in all, really solid. Felt really light in my hands. Really good execution. Really good power. Really good control. Really good positions. There was never a moment where I was like, oh, that felt weird. Weird movement. Felt balanced. Felt good. Just solid reps, and that's where I need to be. Continue to grow the top end. My bottom end. My my reps are coming back. I feel like my top end's coming back. I feel like myself again a little bit on bench. Hitting 407 pounds, 185 kilos for a triple, relatively casually, with relatively low hype on a day where I was feeling kind of meh. It feels really promising. Like, it feels like I'm back at it. Now, if I can continue to work up, getting amped as the weeks go on, and work on that psychology behind that, and yeah, I feel like I'm pretty much right now starting to get back to where I was a year ago on bench, with a lot more growing to do with working on these positions again and focusing more. So I feel like I can lock in on my goals and get it done. But now it's time to deadlift. First is quick little conventional triple, 280. Should be fairly simple if everything goes well. My warm-ups last week felt a little off, and then my top set was fantastic. Hopefully I can just blast through the warm-ups, blast through the top set, and get on to the sumos. 4x7 with 260 on sumo should also be fairly simple. I just have to make sure that that happens the way it is. Like, lock in, get it done, focus, execute. Like I say in my coaching, it's just refinement and execution. Just making sure the technique is as good as it can be, and getting focused and really executing on everything, making sure I'm pushing how I need to push, when I need to put, with what muscles and what limb lengths and whatever, when I need to use them. And yeah, just right timing, effort, getting amped up. So let's get into it. Conventional. I got to end at 280. I really don't want to. Maybe I'll do like 120 and then jump to 190, then go 240 single into the 280 triple, because I don't want to jump 220 to 280, right? 4 reds to 5 reds and a white. And I don't want to do 50 kilo jump really either, because 230 and 280 are quite far apart. And 280 is that range, or starting to be in that range, where I get a little worried. Like, I want my last warm up to be a decent exposure to the effort required. So yeah, I'll see how I feel, but it'll probably be that. It'll probably be 120, 190, 240, 280 for triple, back down to 220 for a set. On sumo, we first warm up my hips with some kettlebell swings, then pull 220 for like a set of 5, and then load up the 260 for sets of 7. So yeah, that'll be what I gotta do. I feel, as you can tell, I feel very positive, the bench. So like, maybe in my preps for Euros or Worlds this year, I moved 185, maybe visually similar to this, or maybe theoretically I also tripled it. But this, just the way my body feels, and there's no weird positions, there's no weird movement. I just trust it to go down and to go up. And I lost position because the bench, I can slide on a little bit every rep after my first one. My first one, my on rack was a little bit bad, a little bit more range of motion than I can execute on. And then after my drive up, I lost position, put it down, drove up again for my second rep, lost position. So yeah, the fact that I can do that feels really solid. There was a way, my other preps where some would make me quite nervous to try to start approaching. And I mean, I somehow locked in on Worlds and Euros and still managed at both to bench 195 kilos, but with feeling way, way worse than how I was prepping into Nationals last year, where I benched 197 and a half. My goal, of course, is to break into the 200s, maybe bench 208 and a half if it's still a Dutch national record. If 208 is the record standing, it's stood for a bunch of years now. It's the only Dutch record that right now isn't under my name, so that's kind of why I'm extra focused on it, but I shouldn't also get too psychological about it, too focused in on it, and too worked up about it. I just got to follow the process and just try to bench the most I can, and hopefully it's a realistic attempt on the day. But that's definitely in my mind. Yeah, so on to deads. Sorry, long yap, but somebody appreciates that. I'll probably maybe leave I don't know how to do timestamps, but maybe I can try to figure that out. Timestamp the end of yap. Okay, time to deadlift. Peace. With that.